Okay, it is September. It's September 11th. September 11th, 2019 is Wednesday. I just got done with the riff off and I'm back at my apartment. Um, where to even start? Yesterday I was incredibly depressed. Like really fucking down. And I've been going down on this wave of depression. And I'm sure I made a podcast about this. I started listening to a lot of Rogan, a lot of David Goggins, and a lot of just inspirational, motivational stuff to see how it would affect my mood. And I think this podcast is just becoming a fucking experiment on myself, like mentally and emotionally. But what it did was it made me incredibly motivated, made me want to work really hard when I just ingested that information. That was all I was taking in for the most part. Super motivated, working really hard. I've been running, been exercising more, and all that stuff, and that's been great. But I've been feeling so down. Like I still have the motivation to keep pushing and keep working hard, but I just haven't been very happy. And it really culminated yesterday when I was listening to the Rogan podcast, because of course I was, and he was talking about. I want to make sure I get her name right. Okay, there we go. Ali Makovsky. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of her, Ali Makovsky. So, I'm sure I've talked about the Taylor Tomlinson story on this as well. So, Ali Makovsky went to the same college as me, Cal State San Marcos, where I was the improv teacher, and I was Mr. fucking big fish in a small pond, Mr. Whatever you want to call it. And she was on the team for a little bit, and I was teaching her improv, and she was nice. She was always very nice. She was kind of quiet. I don't know what she's like now, a little aloof, but she was always nice. And I remember someone told me like she quit college and to pursue comedy, and she like shaved her head and colored her hair fucking yellow or some shit. I remember fucking scoffing, being like, ugh, that's stupid. I'm gonna finish college. And I'm listening to the Rogan podcast yesterday, and he's like, "Yeah, they got this girl on tour with me, Ali Makovsky." And I was like, "Fuck." Well, there's another. I have another fucking basically Taylor Tomlinson story, but far less dramatic. Because I'm in a much better place and I'm actually working towards my goal. But here I am with my dick in one hand and my fucking college diploma in the other, feeling like a fucking idiot again because all these smart people are around me pursuing their dreams like reasonable people. And first off, Ali, if you listen, congratulations. I'm really happy for you, and that's awesome. Please tell me what he's like. But it was just a fucking punch in the gut. It was terrible, and it and it was compounded on the fact that I was already feeling depressed. I already wasn't feeling good. I was working really hard, but I wasn't happy. And so anyway, I was thinking about it. And I was like, well, okay, this is not good. I'm not happy. I'm not happy right now, and I need to fucking fix this. And I wasn't sure what to do. No, that's what it was. That's what it was. So we were doing the podcast, the Buddy Cast with KJ. We were doing the Buddy Cast with KJ, and just listen to it. Just listen to it, and you'll know exactly what I mean. You can tell that I've been not very happy. I've been really down, and I was just in this fucking take in information mode and work hard mode and fucking suffer mode. And you can hear it. You can fucking hear it in my tone, I'm sure. And KJ and George are having fun and being silly and roasting the shit out of me. And it didn't feel good. Luckily, on a positive note, when it comes to the Rogan Goggins stuff, I've never felt more comfortable with failure in my life. Like, bombing doesn't bother me in the same way, and them roasting me doesn't bother me in the same way because I have been listening to Rogan and Goggin and listening to their perceptions of failure, and I agree with it. And I think I even said to watch one of his videos about it, but that's a whole other thing. So I was doing the podcast, and I was just like, well, I'm the one who's not having fun here, and I'm the butt of the joke, and that sucks. It doesn't feel good. And so today, I went to work, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a sign language interpreter. I work at I can't tell you where I work right now, or for legal purposes. But basically, I'm in a situation where I have a fair amount of downtime throughout the day. And during that downtime, the past fucking whenever I started talking about Rogan and Goggins specifically, all of that time, I've just every day thinking about my jokes and reworking my jokes and how can I improve my jokes and yada yada yada. And every time I would do a new thing, I would get on stage and it wouldn't fucking work. It wasn't fun. I wasn't enjoying myself. And I was just getting worse and worse after every show. So today, I decided like something needed to change and I wasn't sure what. So I was sitting my usual place that I sit and I was thinking like, all right, well, what would I normally be doing right now? I'm just not going to do that. And what I'd normally be doing was working on my material. So I just didn't do that. I worked on other shit. I worked on my Spanish. I stared off into space. I messaged Will. I'm working out. I'm working out my road trip to Arizona right now, and I just completely ignored all my jokes. Didn't worry about it at all. And luckily, it's the riff off tonight, so that helped. It was like I don't have to work on any set anyway. So then I was thinking about the podcast with KJ, and I was like, well, what is he doing? Like, I really very much respect KJ as a comedian. He's very quick. He's very funny. He really, like, in listening to the stuff I've been listening to recently, he kind of reminds me of Patrice O'Neal. And KJ, don't get a big fucking head if you listen to this. You're not Patrice O'Neal. You just remind me of Patrice O'Neal. But it's just in the way he, like, if you listen to the podcast and the way he's roasting the shit out of me, it just reminds me of Patrice O'Neal. I feel like Bill Burr getting roasted by Patrice O'Neal. And so I was thinking like, okay, well, clearly I'm not having fun. How do I have fun? And I was thinking about all the stuff I've been taking in, and all of it's been fucking Rogan and Goggins. And Goggins isn't fun at all. There's nothing fun about him. But Rogan can be fun. He can be funny, silly. But a lot of it's him fucking sitting there and, yeah, mushrooms and aliens and the government and conspiracies and you gotta work hard and it's great. All of it's great, but it's not fucking fun. It's not hanging out. And so I stumbled over this YouTube channel that comedians I'd highly suggest you look up. It's called Comedy Crackhead. Yes, Comedy Crackhead. And it's just a bunch of pretty long clips of mostly the Opie and Anthony show, I think, but just Patrice O'Neal and Jim Norton and Bill Burr and Opie and Anthony and Louis C.K. and they're all just shooting the shit and they're all fucking around and they're talking. Okay, they're shooting the shit. They're fucking around. They're talking. They're making jokes, but in a fun way, in a way I should have been yesterday with KJ's podcast for the Buddy Cast. And they're having fun. And so I was like, all right, I'm not going to listen to Rogan unless there's someone specific I need to listen to right now. I'm going to just listen to Comedy Crackhead right now. Now, I'm already feeling this pattern that I seem to have. I'm really excited when I hit the 100th episode of this podcast because my plan is, or the 99th episode, my plan is I'm going to re-listen to all of it and get sick of my voice and see how I progressed and what decisions I was making and what repetitions I was hitting. And I'm already going to make a prediction here, and that prediction is I'm going to get super into Comedy Crackhead. I'm going to be listening to fucking guys like Patrice and Jim Norton over and over again, and I think my personality might, not my personality, well, the way I behave is probably going to be heavily influenced by that to a detriment, and I'm probably going to say something fucked up or mean to somebody. That's my prediction. We'll see what happens. But for right now, that's what I'm listening to. That seems to be what I need, is to have fun, to shit talk, fuck around, and remember that comedy is a job and it's a career and it takes hard work, but it's something that you're supposed to enjoy. So, comedians listening, whoever you are, if you're anything like me, you can control your mood based off of the media you're taking in. And I think I learned that about myself. I can control my mood based off of the media I'm taking in. And I'm I'm gonna see if I can use that more as a tool than this weird detriment that I seem to have used it before as. So that's the thing. That's whatever. Barely running the light a couple seconds.